Come with us as we continue our Texas road trip as we explore downtown Austin. Famous for its live music in the bars of 6th Street, where we visit a speakeasy with handcrafted cocktails, plus we explore the not-to-be-missed Rainey Street. We'll show you a great downtown hotel option and how we got a corner suite for less than a normal room. Plus we visit a great restaurant for brunch with live music and fab food. And no visit here would be complete without a trip to the Texas capital. So come with us as we explore downtown a bit differently. Having explored the outskirts in our previous video, it was now time to head to downtown Austin, self-proclaimed live music capital of the world with more live music venues than Memphis or Nashville. And most of these can be found on 6th Street, where bar after bar will try to tempt you in with its musical offering. So, welcome to 6th Street. It's only barely 7 o'clock. Just come out the Speakeasy, literally every bar is cranking out music. There's rooftops along the way where you can hang out at, but literally you can imagine now in a few hours this place is going to be absolutely crazy. Our venue of choice, however, was a little bit more unique. With a gated door and no signage, it is only the red light that hints at this venue's colourful past. Reservation only with a password, the Midnight Cowboy is one of Austin's oldest speakeasies. Themed with Prohibition-style decor, the bar offers handcrafted cocktails, many made tableside, and very much leans into its dubious history. We are at the Midnight Cowboy. We're off 6th Street, but you can't just rock up here. Basically, you get given a name and it's on a buzzer. A very nondescript entrance as you come in off the street. Get let through a gated door. And like I said, reservation only, and it is actually a speakeasy, but this place was actually a massage parlour, well, paraded as a massage parlour. It was actually a brothel until, believe it or not, 2010, and they've now converted it into this very cool speakeasy with some great custom cocktails.
Here to make the backwoods jackalope and the top dirty. Then we have Amaro Montenegro, which is a light Italian bitter. Overall, a lot more on the floral side than the real, like, bitter side. Then I have a split cube of clear ice. Clear ice doesn't melt at as fast of a rate as regular ice. The cocktail's going to stay a lot more spirit forward for a lot longer.
So clear ice, is distilled water?
And for your garnish, I have a couple of caper berries, which are definitely very textural on the inside, so definitely recommend buying one of those.
I'll put links in the description as always, but at the rear they have a patio which you can visit without reservation if you see their neon vacancy sign lit up.
Then we're going to finish this cocktail off with a misting of Lefroy 10, which is a heavily peated scotch.
You're misting it with scotch?
Yep.
God, I want to be misted with heavily peated scotch.
He didn't quite know what to say to that. There's always that one friend you can't take anywhere. It was no surprise the inappropriate comments were coming out, as the cocktails were incredibly strong. This was a great unique experience if you were looking to do something a bit different. And Austin has no shortage of these quirky venues that are a great alternative to the more touristy and incredibly popular music bars on 6th Street. So after some much needed food, having drunk on an empty stomach, we headed south past the convention centre and towards the Colorado River to the increasingly popular Rainey Street, which is a contrast to the slightly more boozy and hectic 6th Street. It still has plentiful venues with live music, and not to mention the food truck scene which Austin is famous for. So no shortage of choice, which is just as well as bangers option might be a bit too much. And this part of town is known for its more low-rise bungalow bars and a more laid-back chilled vibe where people just come to kick back. However, this late in the evening, it was absolutely packed with pedestrian traffic, with a real buzz around the place, with everybody having a great time, especially this lot.
Hiya! You having a good time?
No ride for us was needed though, as it was only a short stroll for us to our hotel of choice, the Austin Marriott Downtown, which we booked as a good central location, and not to mention those valuable reward points. And we had checked in and dropped our bags earlier in the day. So rather than head to their ground floor bar, the Lobbyist, which looked a little quiet, we decided to head to the roof deck, which can be found on the 7th floor, along with its pool, another great reason why we booked this hotel. So if you're enjoying this video, please remember to follow our Texas 2-Stop series, where we have previously explored outside of downtown Austin, but also our visit to San Antonio prior. But most importantly, we please ask that you hit that like and subscribe buttons. It goes a huge way to supporting this channel and allowing us to bring you even more content in the future. But for now, back to the pool deck and Zanzibar, its rooftop lounge, which was a great setting to end the night with, and most importantly, no distance at all back to our room afterwards. And there are no shortage of similar hotels in downtown Austin, but we were very happy with our stay here, with only one negative, which the hotel could not be held responsible for, was the noisy sports cars cruising through the city centre all night long. Now, we actually booked an executive corner king room, which at check-in the receptionist described as a suite as double the square footage of a normal king room, and benefited from a high floor and a corner view of the Colorado River. However, when we initially booked, we just booked a king room, the minimum standard we would be happy with, but on a flexible rate, and would have been quite happy with just that, but kept an eye on the hotel rates running up to departure, which actually went down. So don't always book the cheapest non-refundable rate, as we were then able to cancel at no penalty, rebook this larger, better room, and save some money on top. And the next morning, we took an early morning stroll to the South Congress Bridge and Ladybird Lake, the 5-mile dam stretch of the Colorado River that runs through downtown. Coming out the bottom of downtown, you come to the Congress Avenue Bridge. So this goes up to the Capitol building in one direction and out down to South Congress on the other. But this is actually home to the largest urban bat colony in North America. There are about 1.5 million bats. If you come here at sunset time, you get the great show. We couldn't do it unfortunately because we had a dinner reservation, but definitely well worth one of the highlights in Austin. Best time to see the bats is at sunset, and although the bats migrate here between March and October, best time to see them is early spring or late summer. We then headed over to the Hotel Van Zandt, somewhere we had looked to stay. However, with so much development in Austin currently, you need to do your research to ensure, like in this case, you're not next to a construction site, which must be so frustrating for the hotel. However, we'll definitely look to stay here once it's completed, as this boutique hotel has a great vibe and definitely more character than your normal chain hotels. Plus, is even closer to Rainey Street and the Colorado riverfront. And the musical nods in the decor, from the record player to the trumpet chandelier, were a hint towards one of downtown Austin's best hidden gems that we were here to experience. Geraldines is their restaurant located on the 4th floor, however is equally known as a great live music venue, with its schedule ranging from local songwriter showcases through to their extremely popular Sunday jazz brunch, which we were here for. Needless to say, reservations are a must to avoid disappointment, and I'll put links in the description to their website and schedule of acts performing, including on our visit this talented performer Ruthie Craft, who performed a great range of material and covers such as Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Plus, the food and service were equally as good, which overall made for a great experience. And let's just say, a classier contrast to the bar crawling of the previous night. So brunching at Geraldines is really a must-do to be added to your itinerary in Austin, potentially combined with a stay at this fab hotel once the construction has passed. But no trip to downtown Austin would be complete without a visit to one of its most iconic sites. So we headed down the long approach of Congress Avenue to the Capitol building. Here we are at the Texas State Capitol, which looks remarkably like the one in Washington, and in true Texan style they decided to just build it just a tiny bit taller than the one there. The site itself is quite extensive and has expanded past the original Capitol building, so it's worth taking your time to explore and take in all of the historic monuments that are scattered throughout these impressive grounds. Though during our visit, the building was going through somewhat of a facelift. So I've come around to the far side of the Capitol building because the front, which leads down on all the lawns and the monuments to Congress Avenue, is covered in scaffold at the moment. So this side's looking a little bit better at the moment. But you'll notice on the Congress building, allegedly, or apparently, whichever way you are inclined, on the side that faces Mexico, they have both the United States flag and also the Texan flag pointed towards the Texan border, just to remind them that this is part of the US. But on this side, the side that faces towards Washington, they actually just have the Texan flag pointing to remind them that they're still the Lone Star State. So again, always keep your eyes open, because around the front, all the scaffold, the queue out the front is quite significant. We come around to the back, where pretty much none of the tourists really come. You can walk straight in. Now the Texas Capitol, as a public building and seat of government, is free to enter 7 days a week, and free tours run daily, though less frequently at the weekends. And off the centrepiece of the rotunda, with its towering 218-foot dome, staircases will take you through to spaces like the Senate chamber here, plus the internal upper galleries, though the top of the dome is restricted from access. A fitting spot to end our guide to downtown Austin and some slightly different things to do here. So please make sure you check out the other videos in our Texas series, or alternatively one of our other many featured destinations. But for now, thanks for watching and see you again soon.